So in today's video, let's talk about, should wives or women in long-term relationships give it up to their husbands anytime they want, when they want. They don't have to say no, or are not able to say no because they're in a marriage. And being in marriage means that the man can have sex with them on demand. Is that what it means? You have bodily autonomy. Is it okay as African women, Ghanaian women, Nigerian women to be able to say, no, babe, not tonight. I'm tired. I'm stressed. I had a long week. Whatever. What are your thoughts and opinions on this controversial topic and on what this lady here came online to say about this particular topic? That when he wants it, you should just give it up. Are you losing your sense of boundary when it comes to bodily autonomy, and what stage are we setting for our daughters and our sons as well to know that consent is even required in marriage? Is consent required? Can a man, because you're married to him, should just be able to get in there and just have his way and go about his business because you're married? Would he have an attitude, silent treatment you, that if you're not give it up, even if just once or twice? Are you allowed to be that way? What happens if you're ill? Would that lead to cheating? Let's talk about it. Okay, bye.
At least almost 1 year and 6 months experience in marriage.
Please, a round of applause.
She said, don't deny your husband the sex. It's not denying you. Sometimes you might be tired. Too tired that you cannot move. Truly, it's not as if you are angry. You are not angry. Because mommy said, oh, no matter how you are angry. Sometimes you are really tired. The last thing you want is for somebody to touch you. Some days, you will see that if you don't do that thing, you can go and die inside the bathroom. My sister, just lie down and open your leg. You don't need to do any work. Just make the crooked way straight. That does not mean that some days you cannot be truly tired and say you are not doing it. You will know how you will say it. You will know how you will be person. That's how you will be person. He said, unless you be a wicked person. It's not that not very, it's okay. You will see that you are really tired, because the days when you are not so tired and you know that he really wants it, you always make sure that he's satisfied. You can never, ever compare your husband to any other man. I don't care who that man is. I don't care how he looks. I don't care what he has. You can never even allow the devil to put such thoughts in your head. Because it can happen. And the devil just needs that small space to put that thought in your head that, oh, this person is better than my husband. Nobody, no man on earth is better than your husband. Your husband is 100% perfect to you. Yes, so it does not matter what any human being thinks.
So this is, in many ways, how people, women, aunties, who should really exert wisdom and give some of this up-and-coming young ladies, or I should say, not some of this, up-and-coming young ladies aspiring to get married, this type of toxic advice. And this is why a lot of us African women have a lot of trauma, pick-me behavior, lose ourselves in marriages, lose our autonomy, lose our minds, lose our sense of self, our self-worth. Like, which woman will want to just lay there and be violated? Will tolerate zero prelude action. Say you're tired, but still be like, okay, just do it anyway. What are we showing our young daughters? That it's okay to accept, that's great. There's no plan or thoughts or empathy or care towards the woman who says she's tired, especially if she's the one doing all the things in the home, the heavy labor, and she's mentally exhausted. And you're telling them, yeah, just make the crooked way straight, just open your legs for him, even if you're tired. You advise that what is at the core of it? How do you rally therapy or counseling or support? How do you seek maybe sex therapy? What is the drive? Is this drive for that dopamine hit with sex higher than the woman? Is she tapped out? Is her hormones low? Where is she in her cycle? All those factors. But in Africa, we don't do that. I just feel like that's your duty. You're supposed to endure, sacrifice yourself, sacrifice any type of enjoyment. Like marriage is not about enjoyment for the woman. And all those expectations, you do it, and still that man will still go behind you, have side cheek and side cheeks. So what's the point of you just opening up like that to him without being able to verbalize and say, I'm tired, and being able to know that that desire, that preference for that particular time would not just be like, okay, I hear you. What can I do to alleviate this for you so next time we can have a hunky-punky time without me feeling like I'm pushing myself on you. So these are conversations, but a lot of African men don't value or honor marriage, or even value having communications around intimate times. It's just like an entitled thing. According to this research that I just made, sexual autonomy in marriage involves a couple's individual and mutual rights and responsibilities related to their sexual lives. Consent. Both parties must freely and enthusiastically consent to sexual activity, understanding the nature of the act and the potential consequences of it. So there are consequences. What do we do with it to the table? Having sex could bring STD, could produce a child. That's your body. That somebody would just come and just like take over without you being ready or consented just because you're in a marriage. That's my thoughts. There will have to be different levels of teasing out what's the story behind the woman saying no, and being able to incorporate therapy and support, and even seeking sex therapy is important to meet each other in different phases of the marriage, not just feeling that the man should be entitled to the woman's body at any given time at a drop of the hat, and she's doing all the things to satisfy him. And a lot of times it doesn't even meet the end goal of maintaining the marriage, that loyalty of the man to you for the long term. So why can the woman not be able to say no, knowing that whether you're saying yes all the time doesn't, many women have said yes all the time, and it still didn't guarantee that that marriage will be sustained forever. So let me know your thoughts and opinions in the comment section, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.
Too tired for sex, you're exhausted, you're feeling stressed, you're feeling that you were touched all day by little kids, and you're just tired. You want that closeness, but yet you're just too tired for sex. This is a common occurrence in couples, young people with children, older couples who have been together and are really prioritizing their work and making promotions. But it's important you understand that when you reject your partner, it can have a lasting negative effect on your marriage. So what can you do instead? You know those pesky errands that you gotta do anyway? Do them together. And during that time, talk, make it fun. Stop and have a coffee or have a drink. Enjoy the time together. Secondly, remind your partner that they're the most important person to you. There is nobody you'd rather hang out with than them. And lastly, when you are able, sit on the sofa and hug each other and just reconnect. Feel loved and make them feel.
Dear fellow men, remember, she will say no to sex when she's tired, but she will never say no to her job when she's tired. That should tell you that even the woman knows her job is more important than her feelings. That is why most women put their careers ahead of making a family. So man, if you have a secure job, love it more than sex. Your job will not ruin your life, but sex can ruin your life. It has ruined so many great people's life. So be careful, men. Be careful. Don't let sex ruin your life in 2025. Love your job. Dress well. Perfume well. And eat well. And travel a lot. And you'll be happy. Like Mr. Happy New Year.
Never use sex as a weapon against your husband. And have sex often is probably some of the most extraordinary advice I never got. As a working mom, we get tired, exhausted, overwhelmed. But it is dangerous to neglect our husband's needs. And I'll explain to you why. Sex is such a huge part of a man's identity. It's the way he emotionally bonds with us. And it's crazy because God wired his body this way. When a man experiences an orgasm, his body releases the bonding hormone, oxytocin, in such extraordinary amounts. I mean, women experience it as well, but men do 400% times more. And so that skin-to-skin contact mixed with an orgasm creates deep connection. And I never just want to be a great mom. I never just want to be killing it in the workplace. But I desired for my husband to find me to be a good lover. Look forward to coming home to me. And through difficult conversations, because I was never taught this kind of stuff, I had to learn how to not look at sex as a chore or another responsibility on my to-do list, but enjoy my husband feeling respected and honored and wanted. Imagine if one day our husband came home and said, "I don't feel like having sex with you." We would be massively offended and hurt. And so men need sex. It's how they came from the factory.
First question, are you putting this pressure on yourself or is it your partner? If it's coming from your partner, then you need to have a serious conversation with them about the fact that you desire them and that you want to make them feel desired. But that does not mean that you're always going to be available to have sex whenever they want to. Next, if you feel like you're not having the amount of sex that you and your partner desire because you're tired or you're experiencing pain, consider scheduling sex so it's something you can get excited about and anticipate without feeling the disappointment when it doesn't happen spontaneously. Lastly, encourage your partner to masturbate. If they're feeling sexual and they're looking for pleasure or a release, you don't necessarily have to be a part of that. And an important part of a healthy relationship is finding ways to have our needs met, and it doesn't necessarily have to be with our partner.
Many people don't do appraisals in their marriages. When last did you sit down to say, where are we? Stop. Let this car stop. Where are we going? How are we going to get there? Don't think it's okay that it's only one party in a marriage that should be happy. We should both be happy. Another thing that I see we do wrong is that we give our energies fully to whatever we are doing out there and we bring 1% battery home. Thank you for being honest. Because I was as guilty. You have taken the children are your priority, the business is your priority, church is your priority, everything else is your priority. And you expect your marriage to understand your marriage ought to be your priority and everything else to flank around it. That's the truth. For some, it's either extreme holiness. How can you be thinking about that kind of thing? With the state of Nigeria, am I the cause? The state of Nigeria, am I the one that made it so? Why is my own 10 minutes pleasure the reason for Nigeria? For some, the minute they talk about Rabo Sekete, the man was on there. You know, the way I liberated myself on intimacy matters particularly is to tell myself, these things are in degrees now. There is one that is just 10 minutes. Give this thing as a gift so that even you can have peace. Stop being a Mrs. No. The reason why there is excess affairs is because many of us are Mrs. No. That's one. Number two, many married women are unbelievably boring in bed. Shall we are all adults? Missionaries are tired of your missionary style. Pastor Larry, forgive us. We are so boring. Carry smelling mouth to bed. Your leg can tear bed sheet. You don't deliberately do. These are things that matter. Men are drawn by what they see. Many men want to have talk with you in the middle of the night. When you open that thing you call mouth, it looks like an animal died in there. Men love sassy. Even if they married you as a virgin, they want you to function like a prostitute. It is what it is. Don't be fooled that they are anointed. It's a lie, oh. Because some women think it is gym. The Bible says that which is flesh, and that which is spirit. There is a time to be gym. There is a time to put gym aside and be baby girl. It's true. And be versatile. Okay, it's okay.
Oh, Vicky. Like, to be such a successful businesswoman is sometimes hearing you speak is very disappointing. And it's almost that anytime I know that you're about to say something, it's about to be disappointing. What happened to, okay, you want to give your friend advice, no problem. First of all, there are some things that you say inside, like between you guys. Not everything that you say. I don't know if it's the fact that you just know you want to trend or whatever, but anyways, long story short, how about when we are giving newly married women or women that are about to get married advice like self-love? Make sure you pour into yourself. Make sure you take care of yourself so that you also have love to give. Make sure you prioritize self-care. I'm not saying selfishly. Of course, as a married woman, you have to take care of your home. You have to take care of your husband, take care of the kids. But you also have to prioritize taking care of yourself. Because how else are you going to basically run a tight ship? You cannot pour from an empty cup. Every time, sex this. Every time you guys give advice on marriage, oh, make sure the man is this. Make sure the man is well fed. Oh, make sure his clothes is ironed. Make sure this is not the 50s. Most of the marriages these days, the women are working, the men are working. So at this point, I'm not even saying everything should be 50-50, but you guys are so male-centered, it's disgusting. I advise women to pour into themselves. And I promise you, there will be more happy marriages and long-lasting marriages, because most of these people, everybody is just angry inside their marriage because they cannot talk.
When your man is tired, you don't go pushing for erection. When your man is sick, you don't usually get honey. You're more interested in getting your man better. You're more interested in getting your man up and running. When your man is not in the mood, you tend to find yourself wondering why. What's happened? What have I done? Why is he not in the mood? Oh my God. You try to talk to him. You try to, just, leave him alone so that he can get himself back to be your man, your really nice, functioning man. You don't go start pulling his penis to get up. You don't go start forcing yourself to ride on him. You don't do that, do you? Do you? So why would anyone advise a girl that is just getting married, her bridal shower, that whenever she's not in the mood, her husband wants sex, she should just lie there and open her legs? Unune a goof. Do you understand what you're trying to say? That is no work lying there. What does this no work mean? So lying there and not doing anything while he humps on her dry, she's going to end up with bruises the next day. What do you mean by she won't do anything? She should just lie there. It's definitely her body. If she's not in the mood, which means she's not wet, which means there's no lubrication, which means it's torture. It's no more lovemaking among couple. It's now someone humping dry on you. I stopped attacking men. I stopped because we are
majorly the problem. Majorly. Is women still talking trash and shit, saying, just stay there, lie there and open your leg. And when the man does it as you want, you start crying victim, crying foul. When are we going to start giving ourselves grace? When do we have empathy for ourselves so that the men will have empathy for us? When? Please, nah. God, I beg, nah.